guys? I'm Truzuo interacting to the most hated man in F1. This is by Rick's F1 Edition. Let's check it out.
Nikita Mazepin, Lance Stroll, and Michael Massey are the three names we think of when we're asked the question, who is the most hated person in Formula One?
I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. I generally don't know who the most hated person is. You know, people have their own opinions of who they hate, but I mean, Stroll is just inherently just bad. He's just, I don't know what he's been doing. But I mean, if your dad's in F1, I mean, you're doing the right job. And then Mazepin, I mean, he was only in F1 like for like 1 or 2 years, I think, right, with Haas. And then I don't know the other guy.
Them obviously with their own unique reasons.
that was crazy. He's driving straight into the gravel when we watched the Stroll video. Bro. Oh, Mikey is the guy that was with he was with the FIA with the Lewis and Max thing.
What if I told you that there's someone who can top off all of them as the most despised person in the sport? And that man, ladies and gentlemen, is Mohammed Ben Sulayem.
I don't know who this is. I genuinely don't know. I think I've seen him in another video of his. He might be part of the FIA, I think, maybe.
BS. Mr. Bullshit. Mild
Mr. Bullshit.
Syndrome. My butt crack. That does not even work as an abbreviation, but I just wanted to say it anyway. Regardless, Mr. Ben Sulayem is known for being the president of the FIA pretty much.
Oh, that makes sense why he's the most hated. Okay. For this, like, the unclear FIA rules or whatever. Oh God.
An organization that enforces and creates rules for motorsports, including Formula One. Now, as you can tell, being in charge of an organization that's that important is a huge responsibility.
It is, yeah.
And now I want you to imagine that responsibility being given to an attention-seeking baby. Which is why MBS is one of the most hated people in Formula One.
That ain't good,
because
Chief.
Ever since he's become part of the sport, he's done nothing but get into controversies, bans everything in F1 he thinks.
I haven't seen much about it, but then again, I have only been watching for like 1.5 years, 2 years maybe now, just casually. So I don't know. I don't keep up with that much news.
Things he doesn't like.
It's now
dude, the swearing thing was gotta be the most brain dead thing ever, bro. I saw it when we watched the Max video. Actually retarded. Like, actually so stupid. Like, it's part of this. It's part of life. Like, I mean, like, people are gonna say whatever they want. And it's like a press conference. It's not like it's like on national TV. Like, sure, it's being like broadcast, but it's like you're making the drivers like required to be there in the first place. So why are you going to like restrict them from what they're saying? It's not like it's like at the main broadcast where it's that many more people watching compared to like someone like who's a diehard fan and wants to see all the news. So even then I still think it's so stupid.
Good fires the people who speak against him and even made a rule allowing F1 drivers to get banned from races.
Oh my God, dude, like this is just a toddler behavior right here. Let's see some of these. Any words that seeds writings are cruel to morality, injury, or loss to the FIA, its bodies, its members, or executive officers. First offense, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and a suspension. Dude, what the heck? Any public incitement or violence. Dude, that's just crazy. I think the fines are okay, but having it have any race impact unless it's on the race broadcast or during a racing like incident, I think is the only way you can have a thing that actually have any impact on the sport. If it's outside of the sport, there should be no repercussion in terms of like a race ban or team point deduction, because it's like you're not actually racing in the car. You're requiring them to be there in the first place. I think that's just my opinion about it. Like, you're not actually driving a car. It's not like you're like what you say is going to impact the race in any way. It's like just your opinion.
They dare to criticize him or even say a swear word. Like, you know your reputation is fucked when you have to say that you're considering bringing back V10s to Formula One in order to redeem yourself.
The FIA has been
and then they said next year they're going to change the new regulations that they just implemented because no one's really happy with them. I think they have like almost like I think 4 out of 6 of the manufacturers I think trying to change the split ratio for the power to electric or whatever again.
In their efforts over the last 75 years.
Dude, imagine being at this major event they booked out. You're like the head of it, and then everyone in the whole crowd is booing you. Dude, that just shows you how bad you have run an organization. It's like with basketball nowadays, with all the flopping going around, all the missed calls. And it's pretty much any sport nowadays. That's why baseball implemented the ABS system. Football's got all the the cameras now to challenge everything. It's like, and then they somehow still get it wrong. It's like, how do you have this much technology nowadays and the shit's still fucked?
Now, of course, I know majority of F1 fans don't even know who this bum is.
Yeah, I just learned about him.
How did MBS earn his disgraceful reputation?
Oh,
well, the thing is, I'm
let's
not
see.
just talking about F1 fans. I'm talking drivers, team principals,
Oh,
coworkers,
when you piss off everybody, then you're special.
and sponsors themselves who don't even like this guy. A lot of us can agree that MBS started becoming a problem the moment he got hired in 2021.
Oh, okay, so he's recent. Okay, compared to what I think that's when that's when I started watching. Well, like I saw a highlight of the Max and Lewis stuff. I'm pretty sure.
Research, you'll find out that he was already a problem decades before that. Because back in 2009, MBS drove an F1 car during a promotional event hosted by Renault.
Yeah, these are cool things, but I feel like it's kind of biased who they let drive it.
Actually wasn't supposed to drive the F1 car, but after pressuring Renault to go with it, since he was apparently a 14-time Middle East rally champion, he got the opportunity.
Okay, saying that you can drive a car when you're in a different sport is like crazy. It's like if a Formula 1 driver went to go drive in a rally car event, like that's not going to happen. Like maybe, the only person, Max, maybe, because Max is just that guy, but I mean, even so, that's like so risky. Like you're going to damage the car, you're going to, you don't have as much experience as what you had previously with whatever motorsport you're a part of. So it's like, that's not really a qualification.
And he destroyed the car the moment he stepped foot on the throttle.
That's even worse. When you crash it within the first 30 seconds, if that.
Ben Sulayem had an empty road all to himself and decided to spin, therefore pissing off everyone at Renault. Like even Nikita Mazepin wouldn't stoop that low. He spins within 20 seconds, whereas MBS spun in 5. But as years went by, MBS climbed up the ranks in the FIA from being a representative to the president in 2021.
I mean, respect.
And despite previous fumbles, people were actually optimistic about him, thinking of how well he would lead the sport, saying things such as, seems like a good pick, a long-time racer, has a love for the sport, interesting goal for his presidency.
I mean, you always want to have someone who's in the sport or has been around the sport for a long time. You don't have someone who come in, usually, I mean, the only exception right now, that's doing well that I can think of is Xbox. I mean, the Xbox hired that, I think, what's her name, Asha? Something starts with an A. And she was part of an AI thing, not even part of Microsoft, I don't think. Maybe she was part of Copilot or just, I think, something else. And she's coming in and run Xbox, and Xbox is turning around. But, that's a whole different topic, but you always want to have someone who's like, knows of what the people want. And if you don't have that, I feel like you just have no connection with the sport entirely. And then you can just, honestly, decision after decision can just lead to just more people hating you, to be honest.
Boy, were we all fucking wrong. Because here's a list of things MBS has done in his first few years as FIA president.
Okay.
April 2022, enforced the jewelry ban on F1 drivers to ensure safety.
Oh, that's when I think Lewis started wearing every single watch possible. I think banning anything, unless it's like promoting some political or cultural value, I think is just brain dead. Just let them wear what they want to wear. Like maybe they require them to wear like some form of team clothing item, whether it be a hat, a shirt, a pants, a bracelet of some kind, like, to show that you're part of that team. But other than that, I think they can wear whatever they want. I think that's fair enough.
December 2022, banning F1 drivers from making any political statements.
I think that is fair enough. As long as it's not during an F1 broadcast. I think if it's in the paddock or in their own lounge, I think it's fair enough. But if it's like during like broadcast, you're not allowed to have it on, like during broadcast times, I feel like. But other than that, because I think just bringing, anything that's like not in the sport to the sport, I think is just negative light on it. You don't want to bring more negative light to the sport. I'm sure you want to promote whatever you're doing. I'm sure whatever you're trying to do is, just, but it's like, you're here for racing. I'm not here to, have my mind changed about, if the weather is going to be sunny tomorrow or not. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion, but who knows?
Reducing FIA running costs from 30 million to 8 million. And October 2023, quadrupling driver fines to ensure drivers follow rules. Now, that doesn't really do anything. It's like, to follow the rules. How about you just enforce the rules more fairly? I think that would be, make it so that there's more repercussions for doing some things, or make sure the repercussions you're actually like good repercussions
Oh, swearing. Okay. We're going to deduct championship points because you're not doing anything in the sport. Like, that's just crazy.
Does seem pretty good. Until you realize that everything MBS touches turns into a shit show. The ban on jewelry? MBS made that a bigger issue than actual track safety problems, and it mainly just targeted Lewis Hamilton.
It's almost like a step backwards if you think of...
Exactly. Why are we going to enforce things that don't have any, like, benefit? It's like you take 2 steps forward and 13 steps back. Like, makes no sense.
The steps we're taking as a sport.
Also, reducing FIA running costs? It's only a concept.
I'm not sure what the FIA running costs actually mean. Reduce running costs from 30 to 8 million. I don't know what that, if someone has any like informative of what that actually means. What is the FIA running costs? Is that like for like enforcing like the people that are actually like making decisions within like a race weekend, or like the people that are there on each weekend, like for the FIA? Like, what is that?
So far, and the only cutting cost MBS has done was firing employees that disagreed with him and quadrupling driver fines. The fines were planned to go up to $1 million. That is almost the entire salary of a rookie driver.
That's
Max
crazy.
Verstappen, despite him making $65 million a year, if he received those fines throughout his career, he would have to work at a gas station. And when George Russell asked MBS and the FIA on where the money was going from the fines, he got no response. I guess Max was right about where all the FIA money was going.
Can have a lovely dinner.
A big fine, so I hope they have a nice dinner and a lot
True.
of wine, good expensive wine. That would be nice, and they can invite me for dinner as well. I'll pay for that dinner too.
Oh, and I also can't help but say that MBS Loki kind of just looks like the Goblin from Clash of Clans. I mean, it's pretty accurate regardless of looks.
That's
just
crazy.
Imagine the coins as FIA fine money, and there you have it. But other than the brain-dead controversial changes, the worst part of Ben Sulayem's leadership is that he doesn't even follow his own rules. As I mentioned earlier,
If you're not going to follow your own rules, that's just a bad light, bro. That doesn't set a good precedent for everyone else.
Drivers being banned from making any political and social statements. 2 years after that rule was made, in 2024, F1 had Donald Trump attend the Miami Grand Prix, and the green.
I mean, it's a U.S. race, so I mean, what is he gonna go to Texas? Like, I think that's fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's see, is there anything else?
Goblin over here was glued to Trump the entire time, taking photos, yapping 24/7, posting on social media. The hypocrisy was so obvious that F1 fans even commented on MBS's posts saying, "So you can have a political opinion but not the drivers?"
Okay, I see okay, he's just favoring, just trying to, be in good morals with Trump. Okay, I guess, yeah. I mean, just, I feel like there's nothing wrong with having him Trump there. It's just like he's the president of the U.S. and you have races in the U.S. So I feel like it's fair enough that he can be there. But if he's just going to push a political opinion and like post pictures, that's another thing.
Now, I don't care what this guy's political opinion is, but how is
Yeah, me
MBS
either.
able to do that while Lando isn't allowed to talk about mental health? Sebastian Vettel couldn't wear a t-shirt telling people not to litter, and
Oh
Lewis
my
can't
God.
talk about human rights. While F1 literally races in Abu Dhabi, a race that MBS helped introduce to F1, hence the Renault crash, which is in a country that's had numerous human rights violations.
Oof.
That's some bullshit.
And
Yeah.
Ben Sulayem also loves to advocate for diversity, telling people to keep F1 a safe space.
And we do not differentiate from which continent we go and make sure we reach to them. And diversity is very important.
Try
us.
not to sleep.
It's not a noise that we make in the news.
Which is great, until you realize this is the same guy who once said he does not like women who think they are smarter than men, and was
Guys, like, why is he even talking about this? He is a race director of a sport. Why is he being like given like why is he even giving any statements on that? Like, it's just like this brings more controversy to your sport. Like, I don't know why you would even answer that question. That's a bad PR. Like, why would you even address that or even mention that in any interview, or like have anyone like near you that can report on that? That's a terrible That's terrible.
Sexism and bullying by a female employee. Does that sound familiar by any chance? Also, the FIA did not investigate the situation for unknown reasons, and in the rare case they do investigate, they deem the president innocent of any wrongdoing. Like, geez,
Of course.
guys, we investigated ourselves and found ourselves innocent. And the reason why MBS is like this is because the man is the biggest attention whore. The guy tries so hard to
I hate people that seek attention. It's like, I'll give you your attention for what is needed, but I will ignore you the rest of the time.
the face of Formula One, and I just know that Lewis and Max being way more popular than he is pisses him off, which is why he's always beefing with those two.
This whole thing, all of this, it's all about me.
It's also just embarrassing how he goes as far as to glue himself to Trump, who is probably more interested in Lando and Zach Brown. Tried grabbing Oscar Piastri after a race, but Oscar thankfully rejected him. Attempted to argue on why things
That's something I would do. I just like, bro, I know you're an important person, but bro, I can't be bothered. Like, let's get out of my way.
the FIA's fault during an award ceremony.
One thing you said about Japan. Japan, you said was controversial. No.
Huh? What are we doing? Like,
FIA was blamed for the...
it's like when there's unnecessary talks and just ranting, and bro, I'm just like, what are we doing at this point?
And for more wins also.
And more wins.
Someone kill me right now. And he also somehow manages to talk about himself no matter what. Here's a clip of MBS talking about how he's helping young racers get into F1, but then suddenly transitions to talk about himself.
And they saw 100 young girls trying to drive a kart car. The impression of you to drive a car, I mean, I used to be a champion for 14 times.
You know what?
Oh
That's
my
actually
god,
impressive, Mr.
I hate that. It's like, hey guys, we're gonna promote like young drivers. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna like encourage them. Oh guys, just be like me, guys. Just like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
I can only imagine how well a 14-time champion would drive an F1 car.
Yeah, like if it's like you can be a champion, but it's like you're in a different sport. You're in a different like, you know, league. Like you don't have the same like mechanics as an actual F1 driver. Like, sure, if you maybe some drivers could, you know, translate to rally, and then some rally can translate to F1, but it's like inherently most drivers probably cannot. That's just a fact.
Oh, and he also constantly dick rides celebrities. Like in 2023,
Oh my
he
God.
wanted to talk to every single one of them for attention, and it's kind of worked. Fortunately, though, the only attention he's been getting are negative ones from
Must
God
be
knows how many
seen.
F1 fans.
I'm going to purposefully crash into you. I'm going to put you on your fucking head in the wall.
But that negative attention was barely anything, because in 2024, MBS enforced a controversial rule that pissed off everyone in Formula One.
Oh, no.
The ban on swearing.
Yeah,
The most
that's just brain dead.
bullshit ass rule I have ever seen in the sport. Now, this all started in September 2024.
That's imagining like if football got rid of trash talking. Like you couldn't like trash talk someone. Like sure, you can't like, you know, taunt them or whatever in football, which is like, we can go, that's a whole different ball game of like, you know, like if you're like, you know, walking up to someone and taunting them and whatnot, and like celebrations. Oh my god, celebrating in the football now, you can't even celebrate. Like if you do the wrong move, it's like, oh, that's a penalty. So it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, why?
Max Verstappen was fined community service hours for saying the word fuck during a press conference in the Singapore Grand Prix.
So as soon as I went into qualifying, I knew the car was.
Now, Max
True.
obviously protested it after the race weekend, going as far as taking the interview outside so he doesn't get fined again, which was badass as fuck.
I would prefer if you ask these questions outside the room.
Max, will you talk to us outside the room? Because technically there's not... Yeah, okay.
And Charles Leclerc supported
It
Max.
just shows you how, if drivers are willing to talk to the media, because most people usually don't want to talk to the media, but if the driver wants to talk to the media and like actually give something because they actually hate where like their sport is going or give an actual take, I mean, that just shows you how bad people are running it.
as well, since he was also fined $10,000 for swearing during a press conference a month later.
I had one oversteer, and then when I recovered from that oversteer, I had an oversteer from the other side, and then I was like, fuck. But luckily, sorry, oh no. Oh no, I don't want to join Max.
Now this obviously led to the GPA, which is a union of all F1 drivers, to protest the swearing ban. And they also called out MBS for being the prick that he is in the process. And plus, so did everyone in the F1 community.
Ooh,
like, you know,
that's
you're
tough.
fucked in the ass when you have Team LH, the Orange Army, Papaya Army, Tifosi, and literally everyone else gathering together like the fucking Avengers to jump your stupid ass on social media. But what I hate most about all this is that despite all the criticism, MBS decides to do worse. Because as soon as 2025 started, he said that the FIA is considering a potential ban of F1 team radio due to swearing, which means we could...
Dude, like, what are we, like, what are we doing? Like, this has no impact on the race itself. You're monitoring the race. Like, you're trying to promote, like, the, like, race culture. Like, you're just... Racing is like inherently like you're getting frustrated. You're trying to win. Like, where's the passion? That is the passion right there.
Potentially lose this.
Fucking blind motherfucker.
This.
And these are always comedy. They're always hilarious when they bleep them out on like on the highlights on their YouTube. It's actually hilarious.
Something loose between my legs, apart from the obvious.
And this. Who in their right fucking mind thinks that that would be a great idea? Even if the FIA doesn't ban team radio or decides to delay the broadcast, it's still a horrible idea to bring up. Because if we're not gonna allow swearing or even censored swearing in regular F1, then why do we have F1 kids? For breakdancing drivers? Actually, that does go incredibly hard, but still, you know, why
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Now, with all the backlash from fans and drivers, it only makes sense for MBS to listen to the feedback and do better.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Expected. But instead of doing that, MBS just shuts down any form of criticism thrown at him. Like when photos of him and Toto Wolff arguing emerged, MBS actually just looks like a child trapped in a 60-year-old's body. Like, this is how the president of the FIA deals with an argument. Also, back in 2024, F1 had a lot of questionable penalties, which led some drivers to criticize the rules and the people making the rules
that's
in
fair.
the sport. But instead of listening to the criticism and finding ways to improve, MBS posted an Instagram story threatening F1 drivers with a severe punishment if they strongly criticize stewards, because it apparently causes the
I feel like the FIA should not have any right on enforcing anything that isn't a race, like anything to do with the race or the broadcast of F1. Like the media, I don't know if it's the interviews actually broadcast like on television, or is it only specifically if you like have an F1 subscription or you're following F1 like news or something like that. If it's only specifically for news and it's not like broadcast as promoted as an F1 like race weekend thing, then I feel like you can't enforce that because you're regulating Formula One races, the race. You're not formulating what people are talking about like in news. I feel like that's just like ridiculous.
Get online hate.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
This man was so butthurt over criticism on social media that instead of fixing the problems, he silences his critics, which has resulted in more online hate, and the FIA is also getting a lot of hate in real life. Once again, roll the clip of the FIA getting booed at F1's 75th
Yeah, this is crazy. 75 years and you're getting booed.
The FIA has been instrumental in their efforts over the last 75 years.
Yeah,
and just in case my point isn't strong enough, Ben Sulayem also fired a lot of highly qualified FIA stewards because they disagreed with him. Like Tim Mayer.
I feel like there's disagreeing in like being disrespectful. If you want to have different opinions, different like like what people think, so you can actually make an informed decision. Like, why do you think this is good? Why do you think this is bad? Just getting rid of them because they disagree with you is just inherently stupid. Like, people probably have a better idea of what's going on because they've probably been there longer since he was here in 2021. So, I mean, just firing them just because they disagree is just stupid too. Because, they might have a different opinion of you, but it might be the right one, So
F1 for over 15 years, who revealed that he was
way longer than him and then fired
because MBS took offense over a document that he presented to him.
Oh my God!
I have a feeling that it might be a picture showing MBS as the Goblin, but who knows?
What the fuck is this?
But the stupidest part of this drama is that Tim claims that he didn't even write the part of the document that MBS was offended by. So
That's
he
tough.
probably just got fired for showing MBS another person's insult. And to kick off
That's
2025 to silence even more critics, the FIA, aka MBS on another power trip, announced a new rule threatening huge fines and punishments as far as race bans or even championship points deductions towards F1 drivers if they dare to speak ill of the FIA.
That's just brain dead. Just fine them. You don't need to do anything. It's not a part of the race. You cannot enforce something that's like a race penalty when they're not even racing. That makes no sense. Makes no sense.
I'm saying this, but luckily I am not an F1 driver, so I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
I would have to say that you have absolutely no fucking leverage. I really can do whatever the fuck I want.
And honestly, I just think this is a really sad joke. F1 used to be a sport that was all about drivers, you know, occasionally beating the shit out of each other, doing silly things, saying whatever they felt like. Everyone barely needed to be PR trained.
I think it was easier to work as a teammate for Charles or Lando.
I'm gonna be very honest on this one. They're both shit.
And now, drivers have to avoid swearing right after they get turned into a fidget spinner. Like, does the FIA expect drivers to just say this after a life-threatening crash?
Oh my goodness gracious, I have just crashed into this wall. I must say, I hope my delicate bones have not crumbled into smithereens.
At this point, MBS is honestly just strengthening the stereotype of
that's
leaders
funny.
in the Middle East, silencing critics, heck, even punishing them. I wonder who he looks up to. Bin Laden or Saddam Hussein? Though thankfully there are a couple of things that MBS has done right, like promoting growth for younger drivers and vouching for an 11th and 12th team to enter the sport. But at the end of the day, this is all just for F1 to make more money in the future. And the swearing ban just doesn't make any sense regardless of whether or not F1 wants to make more money. Like even Gordon Ramsay called out the absurd rule.
So sometimes if it comes out, let them be real.
True. Let them be them.
Let it go. They're traveling over 200 miles an hour. So if the shit...
See?
Please!
So we can't really...
Dude, like why? It's funny. It's like, if I almost died, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, my life is over. Like, I'd be like, fuck, shit. That's how that's a personality, That's who someone is.
Blame F1's greedy and corrupt direction all on MBS, though he certainly does play a part, like allegedly donating 1.5 million euros to F1 member clubs who are people who vote for the next FIA president. I surely hope that's not real.
That
so
cannot be real.
As much good as he can possibly do, MBS's pathetic behavior is just an embarrassment to the sport. And his face just pisses me off, so screw him. Sebastian Vettel as FIA president, ladies and gentlemen, or Fernando Alonso as FIA boss.
Maximum penalty.
Yeah.
I didn't know after that stuff. I didn't even know he was the actual FIA president. I saw him in another video. I think he was mentioned as maybe an FIA like associate or something. But that's crazy, dude. I think in general, I don't know if you guys agree with this. I don't know. People have been watching probably F1 longer than me. I feel like enforcing things that are race worthy outside of a race event or actually being a part of a race broadcast, I think is just stupid. You shouldn't be losing points or anything like that. It should just be fines. Hey, if you do this, you're getting fined this amount of money. Oh, you're getting a warning if you do this. Like, it shouldn't be, I get race deductions because I said the F word, or I said something. I didn't like how they ruled a certain decision. I think that's just like a valid, criticism of what is actually happening within your sport. But let me know what you guys think of the FIA and specifically MBS. And I'll catch you guys next week when we react to something else. If you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments down below and I'll check them out. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.